Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market Report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Tuesday, May 15th, and we got a loaded day for economic news releases today. So we'll jump right into it, and we will start off the day with retail sales for April. Back in March, we had a pretty good month at 0.7%. We figured it kind of come down to about 0%, and it was up about 1.1%, so slightly better than they anticipated, as I expect basically to be flat. Now, if you exclude autos, which can vary the numbers quite a bit because it's a big ticket item. We had back in March 0.8%, so a pretty good month then, and then I also kind of expected zero, and basically same result, 0.1%. So obviously, sounds like autos wasn't really much of a factor this year, this time around, at least for that month of April. Now, the next item to note is Consumer Price Index. This is the CPI, the inflationary number that on the consumer level, that one of the numbers that the Fed obviously really looks at. And we had a 0.3% back in March. We figured it dropped down to zero, and it came down to zero. So same numbers for April. And then once you strip out food and energy, we get the core CPI here. And back in March, we had zero point 0.2 and basically had zero point 0.2 all the way across. So we met expectations. Basically, it's tame numbers. The core is really kind of what we look at because we want to take out that volatility. And basically, it's showing pretty tame numbers. Now, another item to note is the Home Builders Index. This is where builders are kind of looking at, saying, their gauge of the market, see where things are peaking. And we had 24 back in April, and basically it came up to 27 and climbed up to 29. So builders are feeling a little bit better. There's a lot of talk now that because there's lower inventory of homes on the market, that we're basically looks like it would be a good time for builders to come in and start building new homes to create more inventory out there. And so I would look for builders to kind of increase. You'll start seeing probably new homes here over the next maybe 2 years here. That's going to be probably a big thing. Now, another item to note is the Empire State Index. What that is, it's the manufacturing sector in the New York region. And back in April, we had a pretty bad number, 6.6. It dropped quite a bit. We figured it'd come up a little bit, about 9.5. It actually almost doubled or almost tripled there. So 17.1. So good numbers in the New York region. We had after a big dip in April. It looks like it rebounded quite a bit back in May. So those are obviously some good numbers that we're seeing right there. So good days overall on economic news releases. So let's check out the headline news. We had the stock market's up a little bit, but kind of barely, even though we had some great economic news. And what's kind of putting a little drag on it is another breakdown in forming a Greek coalition government. So investors still a little jittery about that, even though we have some good numbers here in the U.S. domestically. So let's jump ahead, see what the interest rates are doing, see what the bond market is doing. After kind of breaking this above the ceiling yesterday, we basically are kind of holding in that same range in the one between the 104.20 and the 104.40. So we're still in pretty good position. We're about the same interest rate where we left off yesterday. We did have a slight dip, but we're kind of forming a star, trying to decide which way to go. As as you can see, the stock market was barely up a little bit, like around 30-40 range on the Dow, as Greece was kind of pulling it back a little bit. So we're getting kind of, as a lot of those two, this equity markets and the bond markets kind of compete for dollars. So if people are the investors are feeling a little bit more jittery because of Greece over, even though we had good economic news, that could go into the bond market and improve pricing on interest rates. So that would be better as well for us. But anyways, interest rates are about the same where we are. We'll check back with you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, and stop by Mike'sDailyMarketReport.com. Subscribe, have your daily email sent to you. Have a wonderful day.